I hope you have some time because I want to talk about when I was in a coma and how I actually visited spirit world. This is amazing. The demons hate me though because I am one of the few people who has actually been there and made it back. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I know there's a lot of stories out there, but this is true. This is why the demons really, really hate me now because I actually made it back into my body. So I've had to combat demons in the last few years, really combat them, and they've made me look bad. But how I combated them is I used a verbal strategy where I would talk about stuff and not actually do anything. This was like a psychological tactic that I used on myself to keep me good. Okay, so I know some people don't understand that, but this is what I did. All right. In 2019, I went into a coma and I astral projected out of my body. I went into spirit world. I talk about how I'm sure about that because my son's friend Mimo visited me and I shook hands with him, but I didn't really shake hands with him. That was my soul. And the only way that I could have known that he came to visit me instead of my son was that experience. I told them about it and they couldn't believe it because after I told them about it, they said, yeah, he did come to visit you. So I really did go into spirit world and it's amazing. It scares me, but it's amazing at the same time. First place I went was paradise. And I seen a very beautiful woman. She approached me and she told me to look into this pond. We were standing over a pond and I could see a reflection in the pond. And I was very young looking. I had long, blondish red, kind of curly hair. And I looked like I did when I was a teenager. I was very good looking. I was satisfied with the way I looked. And she said, that is what you will look like when you return. Well, I was elated because it was good. And then she said that unfortunately, she's going to have to send me into purgatory, that she was directed by God to send me into purgatory, to show me purgatory and to show me hell. So the first place I went was purgatory. And I ended up in this room that had no doors or no windows. It was a blue room. On one side of the room, there was sitting this um, dark haired guy, and he said he was gay. And then there was the spirit that died, that used to be human, that was sitting in the other chair. And the guy sitting across from him, he was really a demon, but he looked like a human. He was in human form at the time. He said to him, do you think I'm good looking? And the gay guy said, yes, he did think he was good looking. And then all of a sudden, his lips started growing and turning the color of feces. The whole room became permeated with the smell of feces. I could smell it. It smelled like a sewer. And his lips were following this guy around in this room, saying, kiss me, baby, kiss me. And the gay guy was yelling, no, no, get away from me. Don't come near me. No, no. Why? And he's crying. And he's chasing him around the room with his lips. They're like rubber, just following him around. Kiss me, baby, kiss me. Come on, kiss me. And then I astral projected out of that room and I was walking on the sidewalk. It was beautiful. It was a cobblestone type of sidewalk. On my right, where there was this man and he was standing there, an old man. I thought that was strange. And it seemed that he was just looking at a mansion. Um, so I turned to the left and I seen the mansion. And I just went around and I went in the mansion. Um, as soon as I walked into the mansion, I seen beautiful cars. I mean, he had a collection of cars. Um, in this mansion, there was a collection of cars that was, so beautiful it would make Jay Leno's collection look, it was way better than what Jay Leno has. Put it that way. And I seen, Jay Leno's proud of his car collection. Well, it was way better than that even. So I kept walking back, and I seen a swimming area, and I could see people, beautiful women and young girls and men swimming in the swimming pool, laughing and having a wonderful time. Um, the mansion kept going back, but I didn't keep going. I looked around and I seen it, and I thought, wow, this is really beautiful. So I turned around and I came back out of the mansion, and the guy was still standing there, and I walked up to him and I said, "Who are you?" And he could barely move his lips. And he said, "My name is Mr. Chambers," like that. And I said, "Well, what are you doing standing here?" And he's like, with all his energy, he moved his hand up. He pointed to that mansion, and he said, "You see that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I see it." I said, "I went inside. It was beautiful." He said, "I own that." And I said, "Well, why don't you go on in?" He said, "I can't. I can't." He had tears coming from his eyes. And I felt very bad for the guy. But it's like this force just made me just turn and walk to my left. So I started walking to my left. And I seen this one guy, he walked up to me, and he had a funny looking hat, tall, like one of those tall black hats. And he said, he was using profanity. He said, "I don't believe in that effing," I'm just going to say effing, "I don't believe in that effing God stuff or that Jesus or anything like that." He said, "That's not real." He said, "I don't believe in that." I said, "Well, everybody has a right to believe what they want to." I thought it was like fantasy world. I didn't think it was real. I said, "Everybody has a right to believe the way they want to. But me personally, I accept Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian." All of a sudden, the ground started opening up like an earthquake, pulling apart, and he fell. He started falling. As he was falling, I could see magma, which becomes lava when it hits the air, but it was magma, and it was hot, hot, red and white hot. And he was falling into that. And while he was falling, his ears were melting into his face, and his eyes were bulging out, and they even exploded, and he was screaming, and he was saying, "No, no, get me out of here, get me out of here," like that. And I guess he was in excruciating pain. I don't know. Um, and then I kept walking to the left, and I seen these cars, and they were just like average cars. They weren't like the car collection or nothing. They were just like a regular car lot, selling cars. And I seen this little black car, and I said, "That's a nice little car. I bet it's good on gas." And there was a guy standing there, and he said, "Well, yeah, sure. You want to try it out?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You can sit in it." And he walked over and he opened the door. It was a black Kia Rio, 2013. He told me that. He said that. Those were his exact words. He said, "This is a Kia Rio 2013. It's a used car, but it's a nice little car. It's good on gas." I said, "Oh, can I sit in it?" So I sat down in the Kia Rio. I said, "I like it." Um, and then I astral projected again, and I seen this guy, and he was a white guy. He was really racist. Um, but there's a lot of racism that goes both ways. I understand that, but I don't agree with racism. But this was what I seen. Uh, this white guy, he was saying he didn't like. He was using the N word, and he was, using epithets and things like that. And this black guy walked up to him. He was a little bit smaller than him. And he said, "Hey, you shouldn't be talking that way." So they got into a fight, and he beat him up. And then another black guy, just a little bit bigger, came up, walking to this guy, and he beat him up, but he had a harder time with him. And then another black guy come up, and he started getting the best of him, but somehow he got him off of him. And then this huge, huge black man just started pulverizing this guy. You could see his eyes swelling and turning red with blood like it would look in real life fight. And I was thinking to myself, but I couldn't talk. I was thinking, oh my God, stop, stop, stop. And then I went into another realm and I seen a relative of mine. I'm just going to end it there. Um, I seen many things, and it was like I was there for a very long time. And then one day I woke up, and that's when I looked at the clock, and I seen 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I seen double in the clock. And I looked over at a nurse, and there were these 3 demon heads that come out from behind her, and they were blowing horns, but it was off key. It was like, I know now what it was. They were making fun of the trumpets of the Lord. This is what they were doing. They were blowing these trumpets, and it was off key, you know. And I couldn't talk. I had 2 in my mouth, but I said in my mind, Lord Jesus, make this go away. I reject these demons in your name. And when I said that, they disappeared. And that was when I came out of the coma. But there's a story behind what happened to me in the hospital too. But I'm going to end the video here because it's taking up a lot of time. But, you know, I just encourage people to believe in God because God is real. I'm doing battle with demons even now. I'm still doing battle with them. And I've been praying a lot. I've been going to church, and it's getting better. So just pray for me, and God bless you. I hope you're a Christian, because what I've seen is real. There's nobody going to tell me any different. I've seen other videos about people talking and things like that, but I have actual hard copy evidence of me being in the hospital and me being in the coma and things like that. And that event that happened where my son's friend visited me and I wasn't supposed to know about it, but I did know about it. So it was very real. So God bless you, and thank you for watching.